Okay, so coming back now, we saw that on refreshing the browser in this state nothing was happening. So definitely one of the reasons is that maybe you have missed this Iron-ajax element inclusion in this element.html file. So if Iron-ajax is for some reason not working, or just check whether you have included this reference or not. So I'll just go ahead and put this quickly. So it's in bar components Iron-ajax, and then we'll do Iron-ajax.html. Okay, so we now again go ahead into the browser and see what happens. Okay, so we still see a blank browser out here. So, and if we just go back into the code, we see that our code actually has a h1 tag with my ajax element name and hello from foo. So definitely one of the cases in this case is that we haven't included the tag in our index.html file. So I'll just add that. Okay, so now if we go into the browser, this should work. Okay, so in this, so now we see that this data browser is working, and but due to some reason the data being fetched is actually not working. So if you just copy paste this code from this Iron-ajax documentation, this code would actually not work because YouTube has stopped kind of supplying data to this URL. So we'll go ahead and replace the Iron-ajax default URL in the documentation with our own Open Weather Maps API. So I'll just copy paste this part and put in the URL part. I'll replace the YouTube part with my Open Weather Maps. Okay, and now just check what happens. So we now see that the network went ahead, and you can just in the whole network log you can just search for that part by typing weather, because our URL actually contains a weather part out here. So this would actually work, and we see that we got a response 200 OK, which means everything went fine and we have received a response. And if you go into the preview part, you can see the response received. Okay, so we are actually receiving response from like a lot of dates, and we'll just check that out later. And we also see here that handle response is printed, which is actually the function that is automatically called whenever a response is actually received by the Iron-ajax element. Okay, so we now are having the actual response being received, and we know that everything is working fine. In the next tutorial, we'll just go ahead and print out the data that we are receiving. Okay, so definitely stay tuned and please subscribe.